If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. Slowing down was how we remembered what we never wanted to forget. Success awaits those who steadfastly commit to any requisite sacrifice. If everyone wants to be somebody, I want to be somebody else. There is nothing frightening in the dark if you just face it. All shall be done, but it may be harder than you think. Positive expectations are the mark of the superior personality. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. Whatever is going to happen will happen, whether we worry or not. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Home is where somebody notices when you are no longer there. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Take care of your body, then the rest will automatically become stronger. If you are willing to go out on a limb, the tree of life holds endless possibilities. If you appreciate the small things, you're likely to get the big ones. All the fish needs is to get lost in the water. All man needs is to get lost in Tao. It was easier to ask for forgiveness than it was to get permission. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. In the end, it will all work out okay. The end isn't final if we're not okay with it. All men can see these tactics whereby I conquer, but what none can see is the strategy out of which victory is evolved. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. If you are not having fun, you are doing something wrong. You must take life the way it comes at you and make the best of it. The inner fire is the most important thing mankind possesses. Other people are only aspects of our own greater being. Judging is the cause that creates the effect of choosing. What you do is what matters, not what you think or say or plan. The only source of knowledge is experience. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. The search for truth is more precious than its possession. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. It's always the ones who are the quietest who often have the greatest things to say. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. No matter how safe and beautiful it is, a cage is still a cage. Life is all about becoming a better version of yourself. Truth is what your contemporaries let you get away with. Never get bitter. Life is a medley of good and bad ingredients. Fear not the path of truth, for the lack of people walking on it. It is not worth the while to let our imperfections disturb us always. It's not what you are in life, but what you make of it. We can't avoid reasoning, we can only avoid doing it well. Never say that I have taken it, only that I have given it back. I have given my word that only death will take me from you. Great wisdom is generous. Petty wisdom is contentious. Great speech is impassioned. Small speech cantankerous. The difficult problems in life always start off being simple. Great affairs always start off being small. Luck implies an absolute absence of any principle. Have enough courage to start and enough heart to finish. If you listen to critics for too long, you will become deaf to success. If you don't build your own dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. They can't tell so much about you if you got your eyes closed. The way is to man as rivers and lakes are to fish, the natural condition of life. Without local guides, your enemy employs the land as a weapon against you. Crying can bring relief, as long as you don't cry alone. There are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. I ought to go upright and vital and speak the rude truth in all ways. A frog in a well cannot conceive of the ocean. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. Life is a comedy to those who think, a tragedy to those who feel. It was always the becoming he dreamed of, never the being. If you know both yourself and your enemy, you can win 100 battles without a single loss. What is essential in war is victory, not prolonged operations. Sometimes not getting what you want is a brilliant stroke of luck. We may be small and we may be young, but we will shake the world for our beliefs. All the world is made of faith and trust and pixie dust. Creativity is intelligence having fun. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up. You get what you focus on, so focus on what you want. When the position is such that neither side will gain by making the first move, it is called temporizing ground. Become braver, stronger, wiser, kinder, and you will become better. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Unless you enter the tiger's lair, you cannot get hold of the tiger's cubs. Do not look for healing at the feet of those who broke you. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. The more you face challenges, the less you fear them. Start each day with a positive thought and a grateful heart. It is more important to be of pure intention than of perfect action. People say that life is the thing, but I prefer reading. Once you stop learning, you start dying. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. Almost nobody dances sober unless they happen to be insane. He who requires much from himself and little from others will keep himself from being the object of resentment. You can measure the size of a person by what makes him or her angry. Focus on making yourself better, not on thinking that you are better. Where you are in a few months depends on what you do today. In conflict, straightforward actions generally lead to engagement. Surprising actions generally lead to victory. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue. Rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. Too many people are too busy making a living to make a life. Behind every beautiful thing, there's some kind of pain. In a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. To be wronged is nothing. unless you continue to remember it. There's no point having wishes if you don't at least try to do them. There's more to logic than identifying logical fallacies. Between living and dreaming, there is a third thing. Guess it. Truth is neither objectivity nor the balanced view. Truth is a selfless subjectivity. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be wide apart. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Fear is nothing more than a negative assessment of risk.